Okay, so I'm gonna have to use my YouTube and post videos through YouTube to do what I was accomplishing, which is to go over what happened in 2022 for me. And I'm doing this by the seat of my pants, so I'm sure I'm gonna forget a lot of things that went on this year because this was a very packed year. Starting in January, I had plans. It was actually my intention to spend each New Year's in a different location, planned or coveted, either one. Starting with plan, which was to go to San Francisco and meet family that I had discovered through my brother Johnny. Me and Johnny had started an adventure through Ancestry.com doing DNA, trying to find out what a little bit of our heritage was. For me, I don't know if I shared it with my family, but I'm assuming they shared the same feeling, was to eventually find a brother that was adopted out by my mother in California. Instead, my brother had received a message and reached out and spoke with my cousin Emily in California. And we found out that my grandmother, she adopted out her twins, which, from my understanding or knowledge, she had twins, but they died at birth. Well, they were adopted out. And one of the twins, Richard, my uncle, he had a family, and they remained in San Francisco in the Belmont area his whole life and raised a family. His brother did pass away at 18, and he did know that he was adopted and was curious about his family, and his daughter Emily took on the venture of finding out who this family was or any information on their side of their heritage. So thankfully, that connection was made. Very pleasant surprise. Very interesting to find out that my grandmother, had this secret life that we didn't know about. And it explains a lot. Everyone has a past, right? And I'm blessed to make the acquaintance and connection with the Sugars family, and now getting to know that family and participate and be a part of their lives and share my life with them. So I was supposed to go and have New Year's with that family back in January, which I also had booked a yacht cruise for bringing in 2022 out on the bay and watch fireworks. Well, if any of you remember, we were having catastrophic weather conditions and it canceled the flights going out of Alaska because you couldn't go into Seattle. That was tumultuous and weird because I had also planned for that trip to be extended to go over to Florida and join Karen and Timmy, Grandma and my son, for a short stay at Walt Disney, which we got to make that stay in Walt Disney. That part of the trip got to happen, but by the skin of our teeth. I believe it was Delta Airlines canceled my flight from Alaska to go to San Francisco. But we had Alaska Airlines, which kept our flight from Fairbanks to go to Orlando. So we did go to Orlando. We had a great time. I stayed at Port Orleans Disney Resort, and we used the shuttle service to come and go to 3 of the parks, and had great memories, great experience. Unfortunately, when I thought it was going to be taking a break from the cold weather here in Alaska and go down and experience Florida warm weather break, we brought some of that cold weather with us, and there was a wind, and it got dry and cold, and I had to buy sweaters and some warm gear for us to make it through our trip in Florida, but it was good. It was still good. I love the memories that I got to have with Karen and Timmy, and the theme rides that I went on with Timmy that I remember not being able to go on the first time I went to Disney World. So that was cool. I liked that. But also, what happened in January was I made an acquaintance, and it was a long distance relationship that began stemming from my time spent in Spokane, Washington back in 2014 to 2015, or 2015 to 2016. I attended a church at Connect Point Cornerstone in Spokane. And I had mutual acquaintances and connections that put me in touch with a gentleman who reached out and wanted to get to know me because of our mutual acquaintances and common ground with the church. So I did. I entertained getting to know this gentleman starting in January. And that was interesting. I'm going to go ahead and post this section of the video, and I'm going to continue that story in the next video. I'm making this a little bit shorter so I can try to upload each one through my YouTube account, because I can't have a live here in my house. So hopefully this is going to work. Wish me luck.